This was a beautiful, beautiful season, but it was a very tough season. I lost my car. A lot has changed. The spiritual aspect, my social life, professionally, academically, economics, finances. We used to fight. Hi, and welcome back to Life in Progress with Doris Opondo. I must say I am so grateful for your support, for the love that you've shown me. As at now, we are at over 70 subscribers and about 400 views for the first video, which I don't take for granted. I must say thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is the second episode. To be honest, this has been very tough. After the first video, I kept thinking about what more to give you, and because I'm committed to value, I decided to be as authentic as can be and to just share with you what has been happening in my life. So this is my recap of the last 3 months, and you might notice I don't have anything to refer to because I want to speak from the heart, if that makes sense. Perhaps just a glance here and there on my vision board, but well, yeah. So it has been a very eventful season. A lot has changed. Oh my God. I think that is why I needed to document, my life in progress, because so much can change in such a short time. So perhaps I'll go step by step, and I'll start from the spiritual aspects, because that is the first pillar within my vision board. I am very happy with where I am spiritually. I am at peace with myself. I'm at peace with God, and that I don't take for granted. I've been pondering over some words, which those ones I might need to refer. There's Proverbs 22, 29. Let me just confirm. 29 actually. Yeah. Actually, I was correct. Proverbs 22:29, and the word says, "Do you see a man skilled in his work? He will stand before kings. He will not stand before obscure men." And this word has been so true in my life, and I thank God for it. I think this season has been very heavy around my professional life, and that's why this stood out for me. Other than that, yes, I've been enjoying my spiritual growth, in and out of church and whatever, but I've not been very consistent with church, seeing as to I didn't have my car. The next pillar is my social life. So remember, I mentioned that I'm a mother. I come from a very big family. I have friends, of course, and another pillar that I have within this is myself. So what I was able to do is, I think I'm very happy with where I am in terms of motherhood. However, because it was a very busy season professionally, I must admit that I missed out on a lot of time that I could have spent with my little girl. But nonetheless, we win some, we lose some. I think there are seasons where you have to balance. At some point, one will be doing very well, another one will feel like it's lagging behind. It's just important that you keep sight of every pillar and try to give them the best that you can through and through. In terms of my family, I got to go home and spend time with my dad and my mom, albeit it was a very sad season. We had lost a close family member who I still grieve in my heart, but gratefully, she was a wonderful woman. I think I remember her as very industrious, and she was my aunt. So one of the things to remember is there's no point you'd go to her house and leave without, having tasted something. And the fact that is what most of us would remember during that time, taught me about the value of life as it is right now. How will people remember you? So we laid her to rest. But over and besides that, I think it taught us to value each other, which is very important. I come from a very big family, remember, and most of us were home. We got to, enjoy time and enjoy each other. And interestingly, by the time I left, I felt so rejuvenated. Yeah, so, and also I think I really love being at home because my dad is like a walking masterclass. So every moment you get to sit with him, he always has something meaningful to say. Something I might share with you that he always says is struggle is the meaning of life. So do not be afraid of struggle. You do it regardless, and if you struggle just long enough, you'll get to the apex. Friends, oh my friends, I am so sorry. I've not been doing so well, but I love them. I love them to bits in my heart. There are those we've kept in touch, there are those we haven't, but in my heart, I regard them quite specially, and I don't take that for granted. As far as I'm concerned, I am so proud of myself that I have established a very healthy relationship with myself. I think that relationship is growing quite steadily in a way that I like. I am now getting to really listen to myself, my intuition, and to be in tune with who I am. I am now finding myself mostly being at peace with myself, and I love that I'm taking agency over myself and I'm able to negotiate for the things that I like. Except for a bit, but nonetheless, I am very happy. As far as philanthropy is concerned, I could do more, but I'm happy that to a reasonable extent, I have been able to support very close friends and family to the level that I'm able to, and I've seen God opening doors for them, and that I don't take for granted. But I think I could absolutely do more. I'm so happy that this year one of the assignments that I have within a particular community where I belong is to organize the CSR, and I think that will give me an opportunity to once again really pour out my heart and to be of help in the community. Academically, oh God, I am so happy. I finished my coursework in 2024 December, and ever since I've been struggling with my project because I was very keen on putting out meaningful work. So part of what I've always gotten is it's just a master's degree. I mean, you just need it to graduate and then you learn in the process. But no, I am committed to make sure that whatever work I put forth would actually impact the lives of people. Finally, I was able to present my proposal, and I did that without so many questions. I think I was quite prepared. There was a proper mastery of content. And at this point, I must take time to thoroughly thank my friend, Caroline. Caroline encouraged me when I felt like I wasn't ready. At some point, she even volunteered to write my, concept. She actually supported me in writing it, and she sat with me as I presented it, and she gassed me up so bad, telling me about how good I was. And that got me thinking, I think we take people for granted sometimes, but those are the people who will hold you through some of the toughest seasons. I mean, need I mention that Caroline and I have been friends for a very long time, from when we were in campus, and especially after campus, then we became closer, and we used to fight. We used to fight so bad, and now fast forward, we mostly laugh about the things we used to fight about because were they even important? No, they weren't. I think my message for someone would be, please learn to focus on the important things. Learn to be kind to one another, because the person you see next to you will push you through some of the toughest seasons of your life, and they will be your greatest cheerleader. So at this point, Caroline, I'm so grateful. So over and beyond that, after that spa, I was able to write my proposal, and I am so happy with the kind of work that I put out. I also want to thank my boss and someone I met recently. My boss always tells me, December ikifika na hauja graduate for your masters, ujue na kazi hauna. I know she does not mean it, but really for me, to have a boss that looks at you wholesomely, beyond what you're producing, and for them to want to see you do better is something I don't take for granted. Thank you. You know yourself. What else academically? I'm still have not worked on my postgraduate diploma. I will. I promise I will. I think I'm committed to graduating with both degrees by the end of the year. I know I'll do something about it. Just not yet. Professionally, oh God, this has been an exciting season professionally. I think there was a renewed vigor. So backstory, last year in September, my contract came to an abrupt end that I didn't anticipate, and that was a very tough season for me because the field where I was before, which is the immunization space, was a field I really invested a lot of time and energy and resources towards being very good at, and so any disruption then felt like the end of the world. Earlier this year, that must have been in February, I got another opportunity to work in an almost similar space around newborn and child health. And extensively, I've also been working on projects around maternal health. I think looking back, what I'd say is sometimes life feels like it's dark, but I need you to know that it's only dark because you have been planted. Everything that happened has come back full circle. The experiences I had in that season of my life has shaped so much of who I am. I think back then I had a very serious scarcity mentality, and even though I was doing well, I was very focused on what was not working yet. And then during the season when I was away, I got to spend time with myself and to understand that I am exactly where I am and where I need to be. So I came back into this space, and I came back. It has now been 3 months. 3 complete months, headed towards 4. And in those 3 months, I've been able to be a part of the organizing committee for the International Maternal and Child Health Conference 2026, which brought about over 1,800 delegates from all over the world. And I got to be a part of that amazing story. Fast forward, we had an amazing Kenya Pediatric Conference in Mombasa, and once again I did a lot of the heavy lifting and being part of the organizers, looking at the logistics. And lastly, just when I thought we had done the best thing yet, I got another opportunity to be a part of the planning committee for the launch of the Every Woman, Every Newborn initiative, which was held at State House, graced by His Excellency the President. And it was very challenging, it was very demanding, but it was very rewarding. So I've had a very busy and packed season. Before I forget, I also was a delegate for the World Health Summit 2026, which was held in Gigiri, the UN offices, UNON, in Nairobi, Kenya. And I must tell you, in this life, all you need to do is dream. God knows, and because we are going to walk this journey together, please bookmark this. I have always wanted to work from the UN, for the UN, with the UN. And I have always told God the things that I would like to have. And interestingly, this year I've seen so many of those come true, including getting an opportunity to actually work from the United Nations offices. So I don't take that for granted. It has been a very packed season. If I were to summarize all the experiences I've had, I would tell you, consider whatever work you have, take it as seriously as you take any job, or your dream job, because somehow there's a space for excellence in this piece. There's a poem that I love and that I live by. It's called Desiderata. Desiderata has a line that says, what does it say? Something to do with your career, however humble, it is a real possession in the changing tides of time. I'm not sure I've quoted it verbatim, but just to say that, take your work seriously, and your work will in turn take you seriously. I must tell you that the opportunities, the platforms I've had this year, they didn't come by chance. I put in the work, and in turn, I get the reward. So that is something that I'm very proud of and that I won't take for granted. And I'm very glad that God gave me the chance to experience that. What else? Economics, finances. Let me tell you something. Nimbaya. But not literally. This has been a season of recovery. It has been a season of recovery, and it's because for about 6 months I was out of what do I say? For about 6 months I was out of guaranteed pay, and yet the bills remained the same, if not more. So when I got my job back, it was an opportunity for me to recover. I have a very bad tendency where I actually spend more when I'm not supposed to, when I don't have. So the dent I put on my accounts. Yeah, I looked at a particular 1.5 month where I went through $500,000. Like it was nothing. Just buying gifts for myself and telling myself how amazing I was. I have suffered for it. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. But nevertheless, this is just to say that I'm so happy that I'm on the path to recovery. However, I think the lesson there is, if God has blessed you right now and you have a source of income, you must be very prudent as far as its management is concerned. Trouble will come. It is not conditional. It's not a conditional clause of if. It is a matter of when. Trouble will come. And because trouble will come, you need to, prepare yourself accordingly, if that makes sense. Because I don't know what I would have done if I had not, saved and invested enough for me to go through the season that I went through like I did. I'm very happy with the growth that I had in my investments. Very, very happy. And I'm particularly, relying heavily on the magic that is compounding. I actually might mention that Nya Harvard's college fund crossed the 10,000 mark, and that is not something I take for granted. Harvard, we are coming. I think there's what God asks Moses, what do you have in your hands? Yeah, so for me, besides the prayer that I have, that I want my kids to go to the best colleges, I am also preparing accordingly, and the college fund is my stuff. Yeah. Yes. So other than that, what happened? Something interesting that happened in this season is SACCOs paid dividends. You guys, let me tell you, if you're a young person, I'm going to encourage you to look into what SACCOs are. SACCOs are debt instruments. I don't consider them an investment really. They're debt instruments that gives you the ability to have loans when you need them. And because we are in our growth phase, there are moments where no matter how rich or wealthy you are going to need to leverage on debt. I am particularly pleased with my SACCO, which I won't mention here, because it is so tech savvy. I actually access my SACCO through my phone. I remember when I applied for my loan, I applied at about 10. By noon, I had my money, credited to me. So I think it is a beautiful thing. The only thing is I'll say that there are particular considerations. Perhaps I'll do another episode to understand, what I'd look for in a SACCO and what the debt repayment looks like and whether or not it's worth it. Bottom line is, most learning apps in Kenya are too expensive. SACCOs are relatively cheaper. I didn't say they're cheaper. They are relatively cheaper, with like mine giving me about 12% per annum on, which translates to about 1% per month, which is not a rate you're going to get across many of these platforms. Most mobile lending apps, for instance, will give you at about 9% per annum, which is quite high, because I think looking at all my investments, the one that has given me the highest is 20% per annum. That only means that, if you're getting, and that is one of the high, I don't know, they're called the special funds. So if I got 20% per annum from a special fund, and you have something that is taking from you at 9% per month, quite clearly, it's a hard math. So that is something that happened. I encourage you, please look into whatever SACCOs you can leverage. What else? Oh, I'm so happy. I only have a single loan, and that is a consolidated SACCO loan. Nothing else. I've cleared out. I've cleared out, my loans on the other platforms, and I think that is something I'm very proud of. Lastly, as I end this reflection, this was a beautiful, beautiful season, but it was a very tough season. It's just that my adversity quotient might be so high, because I could be going through it and you would never tell. So something interesting happened. I lost my car. I lost my car through a very tragic accident that could have potentially claimed my life, and yet I walked unscathed, and for that I am eternally grateful to God. I however think it is an experience from which I could draw some important lessons, and looking back, I reflect with a lot of love. I loved that car. I loved that car with all I got. It is the first car I bought myself. I bought it for myself for Valentine's Day because I'm extra like that. But it served me, and it served me well. And through it, I've learned a lot of lessons. Perhaps I'll do a separate video detailing the lessons that I've learned. But quickly, I learned the value of being kind to yourself. Do not over-fatigue yourself. I know work and life might be busy, but the costs of not slowing down are too high. Because in retrospect, yes, the conditions on the road that particular night were very risky, but I was also fatigued, and that made me respond at I don't know, I hope this cannot be used against me, the insurance, but just to say that it was around the time when I was organizing the International Maternal and child health conference. And that particular morning I was up very early. I had a meeting at Serena, and then I had another midday brunch, at JW Marriott, and I ended up working until very late. When I looked up, I remember asking myself, but you're such a young girl. When will you ever meet people when you're always working all the time? So I decided to go to the bar next door, and I took a single drink which tasted like nonsense that particular night. Let me tell you, when trouble is calling you, things will just seem like, whatever, but it was actually a manyata, and I love manyata so much. But that day, the manyata tasted like crap. And I actually ended up not taking the whole manyata. I was like, ni pesa yangu mbona niteseke? And then I left. And along Mombasa Road, I rammed into a trailer. The details I may not describe here because it's a short video. I intended for it to be a short video. But let me tell you, people say that when you're about to die, your life will flash before your eyes. Let me tell you, nothing flashed before my eyes. All I remember is the bang sound and the panicking, and that was that. And it now, in retrospect, I've learned that, you know what? We must live authentically. We must live our life joyfully, because let me tell you, you will die on a normal day, and people close to you will feel it, but otherwise life will proceed as if nothing happened. Only the poor close to you will be left affected, but that is that. My car has since been written off. I had different names for it. Fast cars, we even give them names, So my car, I named it after my grandmother, Margaret Adipo Nyaseme. So occasionally I'd call it Nyaseme because she was very hardy, she was very industrious, and she made me money. That beautiful girl. She really made me money. But when she was on the road and we were doing the whole, Lewis Hamilton and Bono thing in my head, when I'd hear push, 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 I called her Scotty. Oh, she was so lovely. But the name I actually gave her was Lydia, because I like, the old time, England and whatever movies, and most revolutionary ladies are called Lydia. So sadly, the car is no longer with me, but we live to upgrade. Yeah, so that was a very tragic thing. And what is particularly sad is immediately my car was lifted from the accident scene, another car came, and in a similar fashion, except the driver was decapitated right at the spot and they died. I think initially it had not struck me how terrible it was, because like I told you, my adversity quotient is very high. But when that happened, it made me realize that it was God's grace. I left without a scratch, glass poured over me, and yet I walked as if nothing had happened. It has taught me a renewed sense of gratitude. I am very grateful that I made it out alive, but I've learned lessons. If anything, do not drive when you're tired. Do not drive when you're drunk. Do not place excessive value on cars. They're just plastic and metal, if you ask me. So one of the things I got to understand is a prayer that I had made as, when I was younger. It's in Lu and it says, Nyasai, it translates to God. You see, we are now about to embark on a journey on things that are made by the hands of men. And I used to find it so funny, interestingly. But now, more than ever, it makes sense to me. I hope you know that every day you go in and come out. You know, you're going, when it says you're going in and coming out is blessed, you know, I hope you understand that it's all because of God. So that is the brief recap of what my life has been for the last 3 months. It is not exhaustive. There was so much good times. There was so many bad times. There was so much to celebrate. There was so much to grieve about. But in these few minutes, I hope to give you an overview of my life in progress. Nevertheless, thank you so much for staying with me to the end of this video. And as usual, allow me to give Ultimate Clicks their flowers. Thank you so much for the work that you do. In terms of the editorials, please reach out to Ronnie from Ultimate Clicks and book them for your corporate shoots, for your personal shoots, for your parties, and any event that you want to do. Otherwise, have a blessed season. Thank you and bye.